This time I decided to do it a bit casual, in a bit more chillaxed manner. I do it with my phone because I'm walking this guy here, and I think the second part can be combined with it. So, tennis. You know this question that people often ask when they start to play with the new partner, how long do you play? I mean, maybe you don't ask this question, but I ask this question fairly often. I mean, it just gives me the better understanding of the, I don't know, of the level overall or involvement, etc., etc. It's not even important how long probably, but how people are talking about tennis. I could answer it in two ways: many years or several months. And here is why. I first touched the racket in university, in the end of my master program. I don't know, I think I was like 27 years old. The main driver is that I was in university and there was an offer for classes. In a smaller group, there were 3 of us. I think once a week during the semester. And I was super happy because back then I couldn't, I think, afford even the group trainings. Bought the cheapest racket I found, and I bought good all-court shoes, which I use actually till today sometimes. That's it. That's how I started, and I played that semester, and I thought, yeah, now I'm a tennis player. Fast forward, no, I didn't know anything. So at this point of life, I can actually say that it was probably almost 10 years ago. Then life had happened. And I mean, purely pragmatic reasons, I just finished university and many things come on the way of playing tennis. Priorities were different. I had to find a job, I found an internship, I needed to move to another city, and honestly just writing my master thesis and working at the full time was not really a lot of fun. To establish community and also like find where I can play. Plus I didn't have any kind of discounts of being student or like perks of being student and to play cheap tennis. Therefore I just decided to postpone it. I booked inside today because I thought it will be raining, but actually weather outside is very, very nice. Long story short, the new city was Munich, and I lived there for quite a while actually. In the end I spent around 7 years, but the first couple of years for sure I didn't even, maybe I thought about playing tennis, but I didn't have any possibility. Then gradually life settled and found this casual meetup, Sunday tennis. The only prerequisite was that you can hold the racket, which I understand very well because no one wants to run around the court and just pick up the balls. So I thought, okay, I had this experience, and this is how I built, honestly, my most important friendships in Munich. The amazing crowd. We were just playing uncompetitive tennis once a week. After that, drinking beer in the beer garden. That was an amazing experience. I got some of my amazing friends through tennis. We were meeting outside of the tennis, going to each other's birthdays. We went to tennis camp on Garda Lake in Italy. I was just pumped. And that was like kind of couple of years. Yeah, that meetup really brought a lot of life in my life. I mean, that's why I mentioned that tennis actually for me is by far not only about the tennis. It's something which brought me friendship, which brought me actually sort of the anchor in life at some point. And that's why I respect the game, and that's why it takes such important place in everything what I'm doing. And I actually thought that I'm playing tennis for 2 years because I thought, yeah, I'm consistent, I'm playing almost every weekend. The problem was that I have never actually took classes. And what happens when you don't take classes? Yeah, right, you don't learn anything. or worse, you actually learn to do things wrong. Fast forward, I moved to Berlin. In summer 2024, I moved to Berlin. Everything is new. I moved just because I wanted to restart my life. I found a new job. I moved completely alone with Polo. Almost no friends. I mean, some people whom I know, but honestly, I'm not even in touch with them. In 2 years, of course, many things have happened. In the beginning, it was like just a blank sheet of paper. 1 year later, I think, or maybe like a half a year later, I took some classes here and there, very much inconsistently. I mean, I'm calling it classes, but it's mainly like this format, fairly popular in Germany, is a after work tennis. And again, it was very inconsistent. I mean, I played like, I don't know, few weeks here, one time per week, then a gap of 3 months, then like couple of times there. It was end of 2025. I was a bit reflecting on my life and understood that tennis brought in the recent years the most of the happy moments and the interactions and also people and in my life. I decided in December 2025 that, all right, I would like to bring this thing back. I think this is actually a hobby for life. I decided, okay, I will just put it for as a New Year resolution amongst others. Sometimes I'm doing such things. I'm a huge fan of tracking my records. I mean, this channel about it. More or less not the goal, but the thing to anchor my thoughts and then maybe later in the end of the year sort of validate whether it was important and I did it, or it was not important and I didn't, or it was important and I didn't. Then I have to put it like once again in the list and think about it deliberately. 3rd of Jan 2026, I went to the first after work tennis in one of the clubs in Berlin. I had some fun and I started to go once a week. That was basically a second beginning, or actually even first one. I started to meet people who actually play consistently. I started to play with these people outside of this after work setup. Their progress motivated me to think about my progress. And I was asked whether I ever took the private lessons, especially for forehand. And I realized that no, I have never done it. And I started to take some private lessons with the amazing coach and work with someone who can observe you carefully. With the private sessions, it's probably been like a couple of months. I started to play with groups, sessions which are focusing on playing points, to learn the game, to learn the ball behavior, to learn how to actually people think, the strategy. I started to learn about tennis. Honestly, if you would ask me when I started to play tennis at this point of life, I would actually tell you 5 months ago. What surprised me the most in the last couple of months is not how much better I became, but actually how it's exciting to be a beginner. I still think that tennis is a very new thing for me. This thrill of picking up something new in your mid-30s, seeing this iterative progress. And it not necessarily should be tennis. I mean, it can be like welding, woodworking, learning new languages, also like kind of big thing for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be an expert. Unfortunately, I understood it quite late. Not all your hobbies should end up with monetization. Not all the sports you are doing, you need to be the best in it. You can just do things for the sake of doing it because they're bringing you pleasure. That's actually how we excel the most. Yeah, this is how I want to finish this video, also in a place where I have started it. In the next one, maybe I should actually make some videos of what I can do. Maybe forehand, backhand, my serve, just to put an anchor and then compare maybe in a couple of months or in the end of the season. In terms of how it will develop, I had no idea. I don't have plan. I maybe like think about what can be in the next couple of episodes, but I think mostly I will be just trying to be honest and sincere. Thanks for watching. I now have to go to work. Maybe see you in the next one.